You know what's funny? Most people who come to me already know what they should be doing. They just haven't made it a habit yet.
That's actually exactly why I'm here. I know the theory, and I read the books, but somehow nothing really sticks.
That's the word right there, sticks. Because a habit isn't something you do once when you're motivated. It's something you do on the days when you really don't want to.
And those days are most days, if I'm honest.
Exactly. That's where the successful people I've worked with are different, not because they feel more motivated, but because they've built systems that carry them through when motivation disappears.
Systems. Okay. So where do they even start?
They start with the morning, every single one of them. Habit number one, they protect their morning, not with a perfect 2-hour routine, but with at least 15 minutes that belong entirely to them before the world starts demanding things.
15 minutes. That feels actually manageable.
It is, and that leads straight into habit two, which catches most people off guard. They don't check their phone first thing. They give their brain time to wake up on its own terms before the notifications and the noise arrive.
I'll be honest with you. My phone is the first thing I touch every morning. Has been for years.
And how does your morning usually feel after that?
Sighing. Reactive. Like I'm already behind before I've even started.
That word, reactive, is the opposite of what we're building here. Successful people design their day around being proactive. Habit three is that they plan the night before. Just 10 minutes. They write down the 3 most important things they need to move forward the next day.
Only 3?
Only 3, because here's what most people get wrong. They write a list of 15 things and finish 2. Successful people write 3 things and finish all of them. That feeling of completion, that builds momentum, and momentum is everything.
I've done the 15-item list many times. And yeah, finishing 2 felt deflating, actually.
Deflating is exactly right. You didn't fail at the tasks, you failed at the planning, and once you understand that, it changes everything.
So protect the morning, no phone first thing, plan the night before. What's next?
Habit 4, they move their body every day. Not a marathon, not a gym session that takes 2 hours. 10 minutes of walking counts, 20 minutes of stretching counts. The point is that they treat physical movement as non-negotiable, the same way they treat eating.
I go through phases with this. Good for 3 weeks, then something disrupts it, and it just disappears.
And when it disappears, what happens to your focus, your energy at work?
It drops. Yeah, I can feel it, actually.
That's because your brain and your body aren't separate systems. Successful people understand this deeply. They don't exercise to look a certain way. They move because it makes them think better.
I've never framed it that way before.
That reframe is habit 5, and it's subtle but powerful. They practice intentional learning, not scrolling, not passive watching. They carve out 20 to 30 minutes every day to read, listen to, or watch something that genuinely grows their thinking.
So, something like this conversation in a way.
Exactly like this conversation. You came here with a question, and you're leaving with a framework. That is intentional learning. You decided to invest this time. That decision matters.
I mean, I do listen to podcasts, but usually while I'm doing something else.
And how much do you actually retain from those?
Honestly, not much. I remember enjoying them. I don't always remember what they said.
That's the difference. Intentional learning means you're fully present, one thing at a time, no multitasking. Which brings me beautifully to habit 6. They practice single tasking. Successful people do one thing at a time, and they do it completely.
Okay, that one I really struggle with. I have about 7 tabs open just in my head.
Love that image. Here's what I've seen. The people who try to do everything at once are often the people who feel busiest but move slowest.
That is uncomfortably accurate.
Single tasking isn't natural in a world that rewards busyness, but it's a skill you can build. And it connects directly to habit 7, which is one of the most underestimated habits I've ever come across.
Which is?
They say no a lot. Successful people have learned that every yes to something unimportant is a no to something that actually matters. They guard their time the way other people guard their money.
This one is the one that makes me uncomfortable. I genuinely find it hard to say no to people.
Why do you think that is?
I think I'm afraid they'll think I don't care, or that I'm not a team player.
That fear is real and it's very common, but here's a shift worth trying. Saying no to the small things is what gives you the capacity to say a bigger yes to the things that truly matter to the people you care about.
I've never thought about it as a bigger yes. I like that.
Hold on to that reframe, it'll serve you. Habit 8 is one that surprises people. Successful people reflect every day, not for an hour, just 5 minutes at the end of the day to ask themselves 2 questions. What went well today, and what would I do differently?
That sounds almost too simple.
Most powerful habits do. The people who do this consistently stop making the same small mistakes over and over. They course correct in real time instead of waiting until something goes badly wrong.
I do a kind of mental review sometimes, but not consistently. And it's not structured at all.
Structure is the key. Even just writing 2 sentences, what worked, what didn't. 5 minutes. That's habit 8.
And habit 9?
Habit 9, they invest in relationships deliberately, not networking, not collecting contacts. They actively maintain the connections that matter. They send a message, they check in, they show up for people when it's inconvenient.
I used to be much better at this. Somewhere along the way, I got busy and people I genuinely care about drifted.
Boo, that's an honest thing to say, and it's more common than you'd think. The good news is that relationships are one of the few things in life where a small, consistent investment makes an enormous difference. 1 message a week to someone that matters. That's it.
1 message a week. That I can do.
That's the spirit. And then habit 10, the one that ties all the others together.
I've been waiting for this one.
They protect their sleep. Non-negotiable. Successful people have learned, often the hard way, that no habit works properly without enough rest. Not the morning routine, not the single tasking, not the reflection. Sleep is the foundation everything else is built on.
I stay up too late every night. I know it. I feel it. And yet,
the phone pulls you back in.
yeah, every time. It starts as 10 minutes and it's suddenly midnight.
So here's what I want you to notice. Habit 1 and habit 10 are connected. Protecting your morning starts the night before. Protecting your sleep protects your morning. These 10 habits aren't a list, they're a loop.
A loop? That reframes the whole thing, actually. I came in here thinking these would be 10 separate things to try and fail at separately.
And now?
Now, it feels like if I get even 3 or 4 of these working together, the others might start to follow naturally.
Exactly, that's what happens. And do you know what 3 I'd start with for someone exactly like you?
Please.
Protect your morning, plan the night before, and say no to 1 unnecessary thing this week. Just 1. Build from there.
Protect the morning, plan the night before, say no.
Say no so you can say a bigger yes. Remember that part.
Say no so I can say a bigger yes. Yeah. I came in here thinking I'd heard all of this before. I hadn't. Not like this.
Slowly. That's the thing about habits. You don't need new information. You need the right moment to truly hear what you already know.
I think this was that moment.
I think it was too.